Welcome to St. Mary Family Field in the Alpine Village, Gaylord, Michigan, for a marquee matchup between your St. Mary Snowbirds and Holton Red Devils in here. I'm Tom Clemenson along with Shane Smith, and we've got the wizard behind the curtain, Zach Kennedy, going to be taking care of us on the backside here. We've got the J&J Construction pregame show coming right up, and don't forget, if you've got something that needs to be done, whether it's a remodel or a build, J&J's got you covered. They're going to take you from step one to step last until they hand you those keys to your dream home. J&J Construction, going to help you every step of the way. Trusted by everyone, respected by all. J&J Construction, a proud supporter of Gaylord St. Mary Athletics. Well, St. Mary looking to rebound after a tough game against Breckenridge last week. Came down to the final possession where a scoop and score by the Huskies iced the game. It was the sort of back and forth, hard-hitting game that the Snowbirds actually needed, a test to help them build up for that season finale, which is going to decide the Ski Valley Conference Championship. That's next week when Inland Lakes comes to town. But Holton is standing in the way, and even though they've got a 1-6 record, the Red Devils may look like an easy day on paper, but outside of two opponents at 3-5, every team they faced has a winning record, including two undefeated teams that they took down to the wire. It's a school that looks for challenges, and they've got one today. We'll look at today's keys to the game when the J&J Construction pregame show continues on Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Welcome back to the J&J Construction pregame show. Tom Clemenson here. We've got Shane Smith Going to bring him in as we talk about keys to the game. Now, earlier today, I talked to Coach Kevin O'Connell. Actually, this morning, first thing I texted him, I said, "How are the boys doing? Yeah. Are we healthy?" He said, "Healthy and ready." And that was it. So, man, a few words. And I talked to him and some of the other coaches a little bit out here on the field during warm-ups. And, they had a pretty come-to-Jesus, no pun intended, discussion on Tuesday about just unselfish plays, focusing on discipline and execution and things of that nature. And, and talking with the boys out here this morning, they got the message. And they're fired up about this opponent.
Well, Tom, just as we're going to get into here in a little bit, Breckenridge obviously is the biggest test that the Snowbirds have faced all season as they look ahead to their opponent, and that's next week with Inland Lakes. But they can't get past here before they get past Holton. And this game, they come in. This is the type of game that that'll be able to challenge the Snowbirds, but challenge them using the whole roster. They'll be able to get in some of their key second, third string players while giving their first string guys a rest later on, but it's a game they'll still have to execute well on. Obviously, we've done some scouting on Breckenridge's season. They've had some tough opponents so far this season, no doubt about it. So they've played some strong competition. As much as the Snowbirds want to look to next week's game, Tom, this is one that they can't look past just so they continue to operate at that high level that they have all season and use this as a good way to bounce back after last week's loss.
Yeah, it's exactly the kind of tune-up game you want to see ahead of a conference championship. This one, I mean, you can't take Holton lightly at all. The Red Devils come in here with a lot of experience, like you said, and they're well coached, and it's going to come down to execution regardless of who's in the game. But ideally, you'd like to see Coach Kevin O'Connell use that bench as much as he can. And key to all of this is health. It's a non-conference game, so at the end of the day, it may have some impact on seeding, but it isn't going to have any impact on the Ski Valley Championship. And ultimately, that is the first monkey you got to get off your back, is to crack the code and beat Inland Lakes. And my honest assessment, we'll get into this a little bit later, but Inland Lakes hasn't done themselves any favors in looking at their schedule. Now, you have to play who's on your schedule, but you do have the ability to work with that non-conference piece, and three of those opponents, not impressive at all. Not only with this year's records, but even looking at last year. So it's not kind of looking for that challenge that you're hoping to get to kind of get you ready for the playoffs. And they're going to have their hands full when you talk about Division I. You're talking about Pickford, among other teams, and Pickford is going to be a really tough opponent for them, and that's just in the districts.
Well, and that's exactly right. And that's the beauty of what St. Mary's scheduled for their season. I mean, Breckenridge, one of the top teams in Division I in 8-man football, and played them pretty well all game long last week, save for a few miscues here and there. So St. Mary really sharpening their axe here to get ahead and try and work on that tree that will be Inland Lakes here, to work on chopping that down and, of course, set them up well for that postseason run. So we'll see how things go, as we've got a little bit more rain making an appearance here in this game, but that should be out of the way here before too long.
Yeah, so Holton, though, I think the key for Holton is you want to keep St. Mary in reach going into the fourth quarter. You want to keep them close. I think that's the key. And if you can do that, perhaps you can even frustrate them a little bit and give yourself an opportunity, a puncher's chance in the fourth quarter. But you got to keep them close, and I think part of that is they've got to take care of their blocking assignments and don't let that run game get away from you. And on offense for Holton, they've got to use those zone run plays. They've got to try and force that secondary and those linebackers in and spread them out. Spread them out laterally as well, and hopefully open something up down the seam as the game progresses. But it's all fun and games, and the best made plans are generally laid to waste on first contact. So
and this will be a nice little measuring stick game for St. Mary as well. Obviously, Inland Lakes played Holton here a few weeks back and took care of business 48-0. So St. Mary would like to use this to see how they can compare up to a common opponent that they and Inland Lakes have had as well.
Well, we'll take a look at the rest of the Ski Valley Conference games and some of those games from last night as well, and let you know about another big game happening here in Northern Michigan coming up this afternoon on Next Level Broadcasting. We'll bring that to you when we come back next, when the J&J Construction halftime or pregame show continues.
an existing one. With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Welcome back to the J&J Construction pregame show on Next Level Broadcasting. Plenty of action in the Ski Valley Conference this last night. Onaway edged Pellston 38-30 for a road win, improving to 3-5. Bel Air was outmatched against Mayo, losing 72-6. Central Lake won handily over Cedarville, 56-20, and Forest Area remains winless. They fell to Hale 26-6. And an undefeated Inland Lakes remains on the hunt for a perfect season after dismantling Munising, a team still looking for its first win. They demand 68-0, just insane score. Mustangs still looking for that first win of the year. It's also worth noting that Inland Lakes opponents this season have a combined record of 25-38. Their only test comes next week when they come to Gaylord to host Gaylord St. Mary. Other action on Next Level Broadcasting, Shane?
Yeah, Tom. Well, I'll get into our game last night here, a couple of them. First off, we had East Jordan taking care of Frankfurt 26-14 on a strong defense and ground game as well. East Jordan really sharpening their axe there on the ground game as they look to take on the last test before they get into the postseason, and they're well poised to do that. That'll be Elk Rapids coming up next week. And speaking of Elk Rapids, they had a great win over Benzie Central, 42-14. It was probably their best all-around game so far this season. Then the game I was at last night, Charlevoix and Boyne City. One of the best rivalries in northern Michigan, just on opposite ends of Lake Charlevoix. The Raiders took care of business in a thriller, 13-12. It all culminated in an interception with 56 seconds to go in the game. Charlevoix got that against Boyne City. Doug Morgridge was the man on the ball there. Sealed the deal, and Charlevoix goes into their next biggest test, and that'll be Kingsley to take on the final game of the season. Charlevoix goes into that game undefeated at 8-0. And then later today, another big test for our fifth and final school of Next Level Broadcasting's lineup, and that's Traverse City St. Francis, who's looking to rebound after last week's road loss to Pontiac Notre Dame Prep. And while this one is at home, St. Francis needs their best performance when they host Jackson Lumen Christi, and that one kicks off at 3:45. You can catch it online at nextlevelbroadcasting.net and catch up on games that you missed with all our coverage available on demand right there at the same website. Again, that's nextlevelbroadcasting.net, Tom.
Well, that's going to do it for our J&J Construction pregame show. Going to kick things off coming up next. Gaylord St. Mary taking on Holton just around the corner on Next Level Broadcasting.
Game instruction. Gaylord Seal Coating. Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law. Professional Seamless Gutters. Schultz's Marathon Party Store. Mama Leone's. Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar. The Powerhouse Gym. Gaylord Eye Care Center. Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport. And Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan. Stay in the game season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-7...
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across Northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across Northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across Northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Welcome back to Gaylord, Michigan. St. Mary Family Field. Excited today's matchup between the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds and the Holton Red Devils. Coming up from down south in the, well, I'll tell you, the birds are fired up. They are fired up, Shane.
They should be, Tom. This is a great game to bounce back after that hard-fought loss last week against Breckenridge. They're looking to really strike back this week and get ready for the big game of the season, that conference championship against Inland Lakes, just 1 week. Actually, 6 days from today.
That's right. Today, one of those rare Saturday varsity games, but nonetheless, I feel like the Snowbirds are going to be ready, and this is just another opportunity to kind of just hone in and get that precision down before the big game next week. Although, as we mentioned before, you can't take Holton lightly. They've faced some pretty stiff competition along the way, and they've been in and game for just about every opponent that they've faced. So we'll see. The Holton Red Devils won the toss and deferred, so we'll see the St. Mary offense out there first. And starting with our deep backs, that's Braden Dureski. Back to receive the kick. And it looks like we've got Joe Jacobson out there as well. And just let folks know, if especially for our Holton family down south, if they couldn't make the game or you can't make the game, pass it on to them. Let them know. NextLevelBroadcasting.net is where they need to go to catch all the action. Eli Switalski going to go ahead and take that line drive and down it right there on the 35-yard line. So that's where the St. Mary Snowbirds will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a heat-seeking missile. He just couldn't quite get a good handle on it, so it's safe to just fall on it. And really, that's pretty respectable field position to begin this game, right at the 35.
And that's one of those plays you'll see Eli make at second base when the baseball season comes along. He's got some really quick hands out there. He's actually lined up at wideout as O'Connell going to get that little comebacker play, and there's Eli Switalski looking for some room. He's got an angle. If he can get those legs going, he's down there to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Opening drive, just a little underneath route. He got in behind the defense that was a little more, a little bit over pursuit there on the blitz, took advantage of it, and just some really heads-up running.
Opening drive, but opening play too, Tom. The immediate play of this game, only 15 seconds off the clock to get that 6 points on the board. We knew St. Mary was ready to go for this game, but boy, did they come out on fire here to begin this one.
So we'll go ahead and see the Snowbirds go for two. Logan Grenier in the backfield, and he's going to take that one up the middle. Good coverage by Holton to deny that two-point conversion try. So after one play, we've got a 6-0 ball game here. St. Mary first to put something up on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
a little shock and awe to start things off.
A little shock and awe, but again, that two-point conversion, and that's what these teams practice all the time, because typically you don't have a kicker in 8-man football. So Holton was able to stand strong, keep this less than 8 points. So if they went down and got a touchdown and got the two-pointer, well, hey, they'd be able to take the lead. So the door's still open. It's obviously very early in this game. Only 15 seconds has gone by. It's time for Holton to see what they can do against this strong, what we'll see in just a moment, St. Mary defense.
Well, watching their quarterback in warm-ups earlier today, nice arm as he's a senior. That's Keon McMillan. You'll see him number 2 for the Holton Red Devils. He's got a nice arm. We'll see if they actually unleash him or if it's going to be more of a running attack. Back deep, it looks like David Addison, the senior running back DB, going to field this kick.
Well, that's a good point, Tom. As you said just a few moments ago, practice time is different than game time. St. Mary hasn't seen a ton of pass plays yet this season, so we'll see what Holton's able to do.
That's Burgess fielding that one and tries to go the right side rather, and maybe lost a yard or two on that kick return. Still good field position.
Yeah.
They're right there about the 36-yard lines to start 1st and 10. So here comes the Holton offense.
Bringing him down. 1st and 10 Red Devils from the 36-yard line.
A little bit of a wrinkle there. We saw McMillan throwing some balls pregame, but it's going to be Addison at quarterback. Takes the motion, a little bit of a misdirection, but well read by St. Mary, and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they'll give him a yard or so, I guess, there, Tom.
1 yard gain.
That was McMillan on the carry.
Nathan O'Connell in there on the stop.
O'Connell doing great here to begin this game. Old chummy.
You know, it's funny you say old chummy. He's a sophomore, but he, you know, he carries himself like a senior, and it's how it is with a lot of these guys. He's going to drop back. The blitz is on him. He's able to get loose of one. Grenier makes a play for him. He's not able to get him before he's finally forced out of bounds by Eli Switalski. He is a shifty character.
Yeah. No doubt about it, and he churned something out of what could have been very much nothing there. He was able to gain at least 3 yards there, so it'll be 3rd and 6 coming up here for Holton. So decent ability to work out of the pocket here for our QB for Holton, just not able to get so far in the first 2 plays more than a couple of yards. That stout St. Mary defense been able to stop the run pretty well early on.
So looking at about a 3rd and 6 here. Shotgun, going to be an empty backfield, looking for him on the screenplay, and he's wide open, able to get past the first down marker, and had one man to beat, but Joe Jacobson comes up and makes a nice tackle to save possibly a touchdown. Wasn't much in front of him, and they'll get across midfield, move the chains, 1st and 10 now from the St. Mary 47.
Yeah, hey, good adjustment there by Holton. Saw the running play wasn't going well the first couple of plays, so in order to save this drive, go for a quick little shovel pass over. Got about 14 yards there.
So new set of downs. Going to hand it off again. No, he's going to keep that, running around the left side. Switalski gets a bad angle on that before Jacobson's able to go ahead and force him out of bounds. He's going to be, looks like they're going to go ahead and move the chains again, so a 10-yard carry on that quarterback keeper.
And this is one thing we talked about in pregame. Obviously, St. Mary, as much as they want that big game here next week, they cannot look past Holton, Tom. You've mentioned, and we've seen it. They've played some very strong teams here in division or 8-man football. And so despite their 1-win record, they've seen a lot, played a lot, and they're just as hungry for a win as St. Mary's is.
Well, this is one of the keys we talked about, too. They just want to eat the clock. They want to stay close and just give themselves a shot in the 4th quarter. Quick shout-out to Jason Aries. He's watching Next Level Broadcasting's coverage of this game from Iowa.
Wow. All right.
Nice job on the run support there. Able to maybe lose about, tackle for loss. We'll say about 2-yard loss on that.
2nd and 12.
Not much for them up the middle so far. They've seen their success on the edges.
So far, it's been that right edge, too. This left side haven't gotten a whole lot of momentum apart from the play just before this last one.
So 2nd and 12 here. Going to drop back, one of those rare passing plays, and it's a nice one. Going to be a little bit long. Quarterback and the receiver a little bit off. Looked like he was running a post, and he was kind of looking for his receiver to maybe kind of fade a little bit to that right, toward that right sideline, but it's going to fall harmless. Good coverage, too, on that play.
Yeah, Joe Jacobson really did a nice job there on Burgess. Even if he would have made the catch, he would not have gotten anywhere, as Jacobson was right there toe-to-toe on him.
And that's one of the things that they were looking for when they brought him up from the junior varsity team was solid coverage, but also good run support. And it's going to be another passing play. Oh, and McMillan went up for that one. But so did Eli Switalski.
Wow.
Put the hit on him and ended up coming down with the ball. So that was, I was impressed with the hit. I didn't realize Eli came down with the ball, but he sure did. Sure hands, and now the Snowbirds taking over after the Red Devils had a really nice drive going.
Good defensive statement here, just as you said, Tom. Nice defensive drive. Got close to 30 yards across the field. Then it came down, just a big size mismatch there with Switalski. Delivered a big hit. The ball popped out from an unsurprising hit there from that Holton receiver. He was able to come down with it after a little bit of a scrum there.
It's going to be a keeper here. O'Connell looking for some room. He's not going to find any. Well covered on that play. Loss of about a yard on the carry. Had Dureski and Grenier in the backfield with them. And you look at those two players, and you're thinking that Grenier is probably the senior. Not so much,
right?
Not so much. But he's I'll tell you, Dureski, a good change of pace, and you'll see him if he gets the opportunity in a hole. He can flat out run.
This is a nice test for St. Mary. Again, this Holton defensive line is a little bit more stout than their offensive line.
Chummy's able to shake loose a couple of tacklers. It was looking like a sack in the making, but he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard or two back. We'll see where we spot that. It's going to be the original line of scrimmage.
Making the stop, only 1 yard.
About 4 minutes gone by so far. Not much momentum either way here, apart from that opening touchdown St. Mary's had. Very first play of this game, 15 seconds in.
So 3rd and long for the Snowbirds. Duraski split out wide to the right. Logan Grenier in the backfield. It's going to go to Grenier this time. He's got some room. He makes a couple men miss, and here he goes. We're off to the races. He's got McMillan to beat. Stiff arm. McMillan not going to let him go and is able to tackle him. As quick as Logan is, McMillan just a little too fast, and he was not going to let go for anything. Grenier tried the stiff arm, and most young men, that's enough, but good job on McMillan to save that touchdown for the Red Devils. Meanwhile, St. Mary moving into Holton territory now. 1st and 10 from the 24.
Deep into St. Mary, Holton territory at that. And that's just the thing. Grenier, big lumbering gentleman out there compared to his Holton counterpart.
Little bit of a miscue there. It seemed like O'Connell was kind of waiting for that block to develop, but good penetration by Holton to tackle him for a loss. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 here with about 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
So we've seen a couple of early loss of downs here in the last two set of downs. Loss of 1 yard each only, but this St. Mary's line certainly has enough capability to provide a lane for one of their backs to get through.
Grenier going to go off that left side and work his way back, and not going to get a whole lot. Stingy defense there from Holton. The inside run just not there for him. Might see another one of those underneath passes too to try and take advantage of those linemen in that push.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And again, no matter what happens here, you're well within Holton territory. Even though it's 3rd and 10, this will still be 2-down territory. St. Mary has no problem going for it if they weren't able to get the conversion here.
So Grenier in the backfield again. See what they dial up. It's going to be an option over to Grenier. He makes one man miss, throws that stiff arm out there again, shoves him down, and we'll see he's awfully close. It looks like he's going to be just short of the goal line. Really nice, tough run to move the chains and get the Snowbirds right there in striking distance. They are on the doorstep of their 2nd score.
Quite literally, 1st and goal from the 1. So far, this has been Mr. Grenier taking care of this drive, putting the team on his back and flying them down the field. Little pun there, Tom.
Yes. It looks like it's going to be O'Connell again trying that keeper, and I'll tell you what, Holton's done a really good job looking at film as Luke Urso gets in there and disrupts it, and they know that that's one of those design quarterback runs that St. Mary loves to play, and they've been ready for it. It hasn't really sprung Chummy loose yet, so we'll see if anything kind of changes as we go along. So far, it's been Logan Grenier making the difference on the ground.
Yeah, Holton certainly has Chummy's number as they lose 4 there. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Under 5 minutes to go here. O'Connell, again, an option. He finds Grenier, and he's going to just walk into the end zone on that. It was a pick-your-poison moment there for Holton. Didn't really have many good options. It looked like Colin McAllister there kind of caught in no man's land on which one to take. And either way, it's a good decision to pitch that one out to Grenier.
Yeah, and Luke Urso there for Holton saw Grenier get the ball, but by that point he was just too far gone. Save that energy for an offensive effort here on the other side of this potential 2-point conversion.
It's going to be a fake the handoff to Grenier. It's O'Connell trying to find some room, and he's not going to get it. They are just committed to making sure that Nathan O'Connell doesn't get any breathing room in that running game. So with your score here, 12-0, we're going to step aside. We'll be back with more on Next Level Broadcasting.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. Lucas Grenier about to kick it off again. Snowbirds able to get that running game going on the back of Logan Grenier and get that 6 points. Lucas going to kick that one toward the sideline, but, well, it is going to roll out of bounds right about the 25 or so. He's had a couple of those that just fall and die inside the field of play, and boy, is that frustrating for the receiving team. So I'd hate to see what Lucas can do on the golf course. He's one of those guys, probably put that short game on full display.
Well, he'd do better than me on the golf course with the short game, that's for sure.
All right, here we go. Holton now with an opportunity to try and pick up where they left off. They had some great momentum on their first series before an interception by Eli Switalski derailed that effort. And it's going to be a run play to start things out, and plenty of room to run, too, as he works his way around the outside. Started up the middle, but made that cut. David Addison with plenty of room there on the left and able to get the chains moved and down to just about 45-yard line.
Yeah, Holton has been making some good progression so far in this game, save for that little pass play that got bobbled, and ultimately St. Mary came away with it. But they've made good adjustments. Instead of going up the gut, they've been working that edge like we saw in the first possession that they had, and it's been going well for them. They needed 10 yards, got about 15.
So 1st and 10 now from the 45. Man in motion. McMillan's not going to take that. Quarterback keeper, he gets by one. Probably about a yard on that one. Just not a lot of room. Good coverage by St. Mary. George Mertz rather in there on that. Jacobson as well coming up to help out.
Yeah, so the quarterbacks aren't going to be the star of the game. The respective defenses are going to make sure of that. They're going to make those running backs work for it on the edges here, both teams, with that play in mind.
2nd and 9 now for the Red Devils. 2 wide receivers split out to the left. O'Connell drops back, initially looking like a blitz, and he's going to kind of cover that run game as the quarterback drops back to throw, and he's hit as he lets it go.
Another risky pass there. Not only did he get hit, but there was a lot of St. Mary's birds flying in the area.
That was Jackson Vernier on the hit. I think another beat later, and he would have had the sack. He's another one of those guys, Vernier, that we'll see quite a bit on the defensive side. You'll see him in the backfield disrupting plays. He's a little bit of a menace.
No doubt about it. So a big 3rd down here. Holton's still in their territory. 3rd and a long 9 to go. Again, they've made a couple of big 3rd down conversions already.
And take that one up the middle, and not a whole lot of room. Probably a yard, maybe 2 on that. It's going to bring up 4th and long.
Up the middle. Brought down after a gain of about 2 by Charlie Cameron.
So we'll be a gain of 2.
4th and 7.
Their own 47. You're down 12 in the first quarter, and they're going to punt it away.
So a quick shout out to Charlie Cameron, number 50 from Katie Merrill Cameron. As the punt goes to Jacobson, he muffs it initially, but he picks it back up off the ground. They try to get a block for him, but he's going to be taken down right around the 30-yard line. He's another one, boy, I'll tell you what, he's got some speed there. And I'll tell you, if you're looking for speed and success in cleaning up your broken pavement, your driveway is a mess, Gaylord Seal Coating is going to take care of you. And if you've grown up here in Michigan, you know exactly what those cracked roads and parking lot pavement, just how bad those potholes can be. Your driveway or parking lot needs a surface overhaul. Check out the pros at Gaylord Seal Coating, and Gaylord Seal Coating has got you covered. So here we are, 1st and 10. Logan Grenier in the backfield. Dureski going to split out wide to the left. Going to be a little pass over the top, and they take advantage of that aggressive defense, and it's Mark Furman who's going to take it all the way to the house. Just a beautiful play design The defense has been selling out on the run, and they were stopping O'Connell left, right, and center, but there was Furman wide open, and really, Chummy had his choice. He had a couple of guys wide open over the top, and that's how you do it. You take the lid right off. So St. Mary able to take advantage of that aggressive defense and put 6 more up on the board.
And this was make me so excited about St. Mary's final game of the regular season next week. They're a good full running machine right now, able to get the runs in, and now we've seen a beautiful pass play. They'll probably break that Ken out a few more times this game to be able to work on it, as they need all the weapons available for Inland Lakes next week.
And a little misdirection there as they do the pitch, and they're going to bring it around the other side. Looks like he got in there, and they're going to say yes, that's George Mertz. Beautiful end-around run. It was looking like they were going to sell out on O'Connell again on the going that left side, and there comes Mertz the other way. And so now we've got our 2-point conversion. 20-0 your score with 2:36 to go here in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here and just let you know if you find yourself a little fuzzy trying to watch the game, whether it's on YouTube or if you happen to be out here and you just need a little tune-up on your eyes, check out the Gaylord Eye Center. They're going to take care of you. You, the referees, the players, don't miss another play. Get the help you need at the Gaylord Eye Center. 4 locations: Gaylord, Boyne City, Sheboygan, and Bel Air. Back in the game with Gaylord Eye Care Center, a local vision source provider. Also, Gaylord Eye Care Center can get you back on top of your game for this fall.
Let me tell you, Tom, I'm wearing a fine pair of Gaylord Eye Center glasses from the Boyne City location. Saw them about a year ago because I was calling football games and I just could not see the players' numbers very well. Go and see them, and the good doctor told me, yep, you need some glasses. So here I am, and I can see them crystal clear thanks to our good friends over there at Gaylord Eye Care Center.
Lucas Green here going to kick that one again, going to bounce out of bounds. So Holton will start 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
We'll give the Red Devils possession, 1st and 10 from the 35.
So we've seen them start there a couple times so far this game. They had one good possession there. The very first one got down to about the St. Mary 35 and then had a bobbled pass intercepted. Most recent drive stalled out at about the 47. We'll see if they can do better on that here. Down 20. Still 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
So we've seen some offensive spurts in the run game from Holton, just not able to cash it in. And again, looking for a pass play. He's under duress. He's going to go ahead and keep it and run. And he's going to get the chains moved, but not before he gets a pretty nice hit there.
Nice, powerful run there. Able to get just enough to move those chains.
I couldn't tell if it was O'Connell or if Charlie Cameron got in there on it. Pick your poison. I don't think I'd want either one of them to line me up quite like that. So 1st and 10, though, on a courageous run. Holton with the ball now on the 47-yard line.
Tom, you're going to have to tell me who number 15 is for Holton. Do we know? Because that's not on our roster.
No, not on the roster. We'll get that sorted out here shortly. It's going to be up the middle for no gain. That's Addison. Might have lost a yard on that one. They're going to say no, he lost 2.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Skronsky there on the nice tackle.
And it's the thing, too, about the St. Mary defense is you'll see they're disciplined in their aggression. And what I mean by that is they don't necessarily find themselves sold out, and they don't leave a lot of holes out there you can exploit. And again, they're going to look for a pass play and lots of pressure. He tries to shovel that into no man's land out of bounds. And
scrambles away.
Well, that saves what would have been a nearly 10-yard loss there on that, what was going to be a sack. And there's the flag.
Yeah, there was nobody in the zip code. An intentional grounding, so that's a penalty, which is going to cost them the down as well. So that'll bring up 3rd and very long. It's a spot foul as well, so they'll march that one from starting about the 38-yard line.
All right, well, might as well have taken the sack.
So we'll just call this 3rd and very long.
I was going to say 3rd and about Grayling.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe Elmira.
All right, fair.
Elmira, yeah, we're kind of pointing that direction, I guess. 1:21 to go on the clock.
Third and so long, they haven't even updated it on the scoreboard.
Over the middle there, and it's going to be enough to get some of that yardage back, but not enough to really give you a legitimate shot at the fourth down attempt. That was Burgess again.
Any other play, that would have been a great pass play. Gained him about 8 to 10 yards of that yardage back, but when you're 3rd and 20 plus, it's tough sledding to try and gain all that back, especially so deep in your own territory.
So the offense, well, actually showing a punt formation here. And it's going to be a quick one, too, as the pressure was coming. Jacobson does a good job picking it up. He's looking for that right side, makes a cut, makes a man miss up the sideline, but not enough of an angle there. He couldn't kind of get out of the way and tackled out of bounds. Not before he gets to the 48-yard line, though. A nice return by Joe Jacobson.
Gosh, there wasn't much left there, and he would have had another house call on that one.
I'll tell you, Jacobson's got a lot of speed, and that's what you love to see, too, when he's in that safety, that corner position, able to get in and offer that run support really quickly. So St. Mary looking to tack on some more here with a 20-0 score, 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. He's going to put, he calls Logan Grenier in from the sideline.
That works.
That's going to be a pitch back to Jacobson, though, and he's not going to get very far. Well covered. That was Jacob Burgess again by Holton there. Nice tackle for a loss.
Both teams good at burying themselves in a bit of a hole to begin on that second down. Both teams here consecutively seeing loss of a yard, 2, sometimes 3 there to make it second long scenario pretty much every set of downs so far.
So for those folks that happen to have braved the weather, or maybe you've thought about braving the weather and wanted to get in and see some football, obviously still plenty of time here. But there's a JV game going to happen right after this one. We won't be providing the coverage, but if you want to make your way down to St. Mary Family Field, it's here for you. The concessions are delicious. We've sampled that, and in the meantime, we're going to step aside for a quick break. We'll let Zach pay some bills, and we'll be back with your second quarter on Next Level Broadcasting.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at
So second and long, and here we go. Logan Grenier just bowling his way through. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. A really nice carry there to get 11, get some of that yardage back, and to set up a 3rd and 1. He's just been a terror for that Holton defense.
No doubt.
And again, it's going to be another dose of Grenier as he gets it down to the 40-yard line, and that's going to move the chains.
His presence is just so big, it's hard to stop him. I mean, he crashed through 4 different Holton Red Devils before finally coming down, getting about 4 yards there when they needed 1 on that 3rd down conversion.
All I know is for Thanksgiving, he needs to give a big shout out thanks to his brother Lucas Grenier up there at center for making some room for his brother to get through there. He's gonna not make a whole lot of room for him on that one. Gonna bring up 2nd and 9.
Tom, that was a nasty comment. Thanksgiving here in the middle of the day. I'm starving. Now we're thinking about Thanksgiving turkey. Oh my!
Concession stand is just down the way, bud.
I'll see him during halftime.
All right. 2nd and 9. Grenier stays in the game. And now it's going to be O'Connell going to try that right side. Finds the seam. We've got a flag down. Not sure what the call is going to be.
up near first down yardage.
Might have been a blocking issue. We'll see what the call is.
Made the stop for the Red Devils.
It was a good run, but looks like it's going to come back. See if we've got a hold or. He threw that flag with some authority, that's for sure. It came jetting in there. So,
I thought it was a bird going across the camera screen.
No, not so much.
Bright yellow canary.
Yeah.
Red Devil 49.
All right, so that's going to set up a second and very long here, 19 yards to get to that first down marker. O'Connell's going to drop back, and he and Switalski not on the same page. He was looking for Eli there, just a little quick grab.
Intended for Switalski falls incomplete, 3rd and 19.
And Switalski was looking to set up a block.
Yeah, no kidding. Little miscommunication there. You'll have that every so often, especially since St. Mary's gone up 20-0. They have to make a mistake once in a while, I suppose. But they're 3rd and 19. I imagine on this 3rd down, they'll probably get at least 8 to 10 yards. Get back to the original line of scrimmage. You'll be at the Holton 40, 4th and 10. You're deep far enough into Holton territory. Your defensive line has played strong enough so far. I still imagine this is 2-down territory, barring some terrible accident.
And it's going to be it's going to be a keeper, O'Connell, as he puts a spin move on there. He's able to get about 4 yards on that one. Initially, it looked like he was going to give that one to Logan Greenier, but not so much. Anyway, the Red Devils were ready in both instances. So it's going to be a 4th and 15 here. Offense is going to stay out.
4th and 10, 4th and 15, why not?
Dureski and Greenier both in the backfield. And it's going to be just a little pooch punt there. How about that? O'Connell does a little bit of everything as it rolls down to the 10-yard line. Some pretty good coverage there. Stiff arm, though, and he slips and falls before Nathan O'Connell could lay the lumber to him there. And it's going to be not the best field position. They're going to be 1st and 10 at about the 22, and we see the offense come out to play.
Yeah. Mark Furman there also got a bit of a hand on him. Number 3 on your screen as he was going down.
Responsible for a receiving touchdown earlier.
That's true, yep.
And he's one of those guys, we call him quite a bit, especially on the defensive side. Gets his nose in there and mucks things up for the opposing offense. McMillan now in that quarterback position, and he's going to keep it. He's a crafty fella, not the biggest guy, but able to wiggle his way down to about the 28-yard line, rather. That's going to be 2nd and about 4.
2nd and a short 5.
So, yeah, not the biggest guy, but he's got some speed. He does have an arm. We saw it in practice. Whether he'll be able to use it much against this stout St. Mary defense, we don't know, but good to see him out there. We unfortunately didn't have the number for number 15, who is taking care of things and is still out there on the field, so we'll get that later on as he goes back under center.
It's going to be a keeper. He's going to go left side. Some good coverage and kind of ran that block right into him. I was expecting he was going to try and cut it back inside. He had a good contained block there by Burgess. Burgess was running his man out and had that edge for him if he wanted to cut back, but he just kind of kept going. So anyway, that's going to be basically a no gain on the play, maybe a yard. We'll see. 3rd and 6 is what they're calling on the big board.
Might have even lost the touch there. It's another big 3rd down for this Holton team. Only gotten to Snowbirds' side of the field once so far this game.
It's going to be a pass play there. They find him on the outside. We've got a flag down as well. Usually means a hold. That's a McMillan with the reception. We're going to see what the call is here. Generally, you see that flag come out on a passing play, you're looking at a holding.
Which is tough for Holton. That was the play that they needed to kind of spur them on, give them another shot of energy. Because they're down 20-0 with 8 minutes to go in the half. Needed something to just keep keep feeling good about themselves, and this holding penalty is certainly not that as it backs them up 10.
And that is going to take him back, and it set him up with a 3rd and long.
We'll have it about the 17-yard line.
Backs him up inside the 20 to about the 17, so 3rd and 15 from there.
McMillan did a good job finding just enough space there on the seam and a well-delivered pass. McMillan now going to go in motion, sets up there on the right side. It's going to be a designed run, and no room to go for Addison as he tried to cut it back to the middle.
Designed run, and the Snowbirds saw the blueprints.
Cameron in on the stop.
Snuffed that one out in a hurry.
And O'Connell as well. No gain, 4th and 15.
I mean, it's kind of one of those situations where you kind of got to pick your poison when you're running in the middle. You've got Jackson Vernier and Charlie Cameron and Logan Grenier, and where do you go with that? As the punt goes to Jacobson, looking to go on the right side, makes just about made the guy miss. We've got a flag down, and it's probably going to be a blocking issue. We'll see what that is. It's a little further up the play. It was a really good tackle, really good coverage by Holton.
Big number 77, Landon Rudd there on the tackle. Let's see what this call is all about.
They've got some size to them there, that the front 3.
Yeah, no doubt.
Colin McAllister, number 73, another big fella, and that's going to be a holding on the return. Going to start the St. Mary Snowbirds back a little bit, so they'll be 1st and 10 from about the 42-yard line.
1st and 10, but now from the 42.
Oh, illegal block. Gotcha.
42.
Shenanigans on the kick. So some spits and spurts for the Holton offense. We'll see if the defense can contain. And there's O'Connell as he goes up the middle, and they're more accustomed to seeing that kind of space for him. And maybe, just kind of giving him something to think about after that blowing up the top there with Furman over pursuing on that run defense, and they set themselves up for that touchdown score against with the short pass over the top.
A solid 5-yard gain there. You love to see that.
O'Connell going to keep it again, and he's got some room. Looked like he was going to get around the tackler, but Addison able to get in there and take him down, not before he gets the first. So the chain's moving, and now the Snowbirds are on the Holton side of midfield.
Snowbirds are in Red Devil territory to the other 47. 1st and 10.
Yeah, rare moment. O'Connell's able to finally break through that Holton line. Of course, that defensive unit has been out there a lot so far this game. Might be getting a little weary.
Another run by O'Connell, and he's going to turn those legs forward and get across, looks like inside about the 43-yard line. They'll spot that back at the 44, so about a 4-yard gain on that. And a timeout, Holton. 6:02 here in the game. We'll keep it right here, and just want to say thanks to Schultz Marathon Gas Station and Party Store. They're right off exit 301 on I-75. You can't miss it. It's the marquee destination for all our snowbird travelers heading north for road trips this fall. You like the one today? Well, it's a beautiful, great day, and I tell you, this is one of those days, if you're going to get your fall colors pictures, believe it or not, this is the best time to get it. Overcast, a natural diffuser, so when you're heading north, stop by Schultz. They've got a wide selection of snacks, refreshments, delicious pizza, and quality service. They're a proud sponsor of Snowbird Football and Next Level Broadcasting. In fact, Pat Schultz, an alum. That's right. So, proud sponsor of Snowbird Football on Next Level Broadcasting. Check them out and say we sent you. Schultz Marathon Gas Station and Party Store. And it's going to be another O'Connell run, and they try to mangle him as he looked to spin to get in the hole. And that was number 11, Luke Urso, that made the initial contact before some help came and pushed him back some more. And No gain, maybe a loss of 1 here. We'll see. Now they'll spot that as about a gain of 1.
3rd and a long 5.
And that took a lot for O'Connell to just get that one. That's much more true to form that we've seen from Holton's center 3 so far. 5.5 to go in the first half.
A very deliberate play call here, too. Holy smokes. It's a heavy bunch of Nathan O'Connell here on their calls as Grenier gets this one and able to kind of get his I tell you, it's the one thing with Logan Grenier is his vision. It's something he doesn't necessarily get credit for, but if you look at his footwork going into those holes, he's got some room, but a lot of guys just kind of lower their shoulders and they're not looking. But he is. He's got his eyes up as he's going through and finding some room, and the footwork just getting him through and moving the chains. Really nice piece of running by Logan Grenier.
And again, you got to give his size credit. Big Landon Rudd, number 77. He dragged him for a couple of yards before he finally went down.
So O'Connell losing his footing there. He had a little bit of room. He also had a spy. Luke Urso was lining him up before he slipped and fell. It got him about a yard on that carry. Just to let folks know, 4:25 left to go in the first quarter down at the Big House in Ann Arbor. No score. Washington, though, with the ball, 4th and 9 on the Michigan 18.
Go Huskies. Whoa, I didn't say that on air, did I?
Whoa, not here, buddy. We're not doing that here.
Uh-oh.
O'Connell again takes that one up the middle, finds some room on that cut back to the left, and gets a nice, respectable gain there. That's going to be good for about 5 or so.
Well, Tom, we all make mistakes once in a while, and I guess liking Michigan is one of yours.
Don't make me tell the AD.
That's all right. I work for Charlevoix Schools anyway, so.
Yeah, there you go. So 3rd and 3, a long 3. Grenier is going to take this one up the middle and get his way down across the 25-yard line. They're going to move the chains. Spotted at the 24.
First down. That's Landon Rudd making the play for the Red Devils.
Another nice run.
Snowbirds have it 1st and 10
And again,
from the
Shane, you get a
24.
chance when he's got the ball. Just watch his footwork. Very, very deliberate in how he runs. A great running style. The knock on him is sometimes instead of taking the hole that's there, he is looking for contact. So that's one of those things that he's kind of improved a little bit.
Well, that's one thing you say he greatly enjoys is making contact.
He absolutely does. Is O'Connell gets it out to about the 19. Another nice gain by Nathan O'Connell. Starting to see him be more of a factor on this running game. Loosening that Holton defense up just a little bit. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Gets about 5 on that first down play.
Yeah, last drive it was all Logan Grenier. This time it's been mostly O'Connell taking it for himself and punching holes through the line.
I'm going to send Dureski out wide to the right.
All right.
It's going to be a pass play over the top. They're looking for Charlie Cameron. And it was a jump ball. He was able to knock it down, and I don't know if Charlie fell on the DB or what happened, but we've got a player down. So an official timeout while we take care of that, and we'll go ahead and step aside and let the trainers do their work. Back with the rest of your second quarter, 2:42 left to go. Snowbirds up 20-0 on Next Level Broadcasting.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your northern Michigan connection.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. Injury timeout over. It was Jacob Burgess banged up a little bit on that play, being helped over to the bench on the sideline there, and the trainers will take care of him.
Yeah, he's not able to put any weight right now on his left knee. So we hope for the best for him. You hate to see, no matter whether you're a Snowbird or Holton fan, you hate to see these young gentlemen get hurt.
And O'Connell going to try and take that one on a counter play, and that's going to be a no gain on that one, maybe a half a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th and 5.
All right, Tom, you've seen this Snowbird team all season long. What do you think they're going to dig out of their bag of tricks to make this 4th down conversion?
I mean, I think you ride the horse that that got you there. I'm looking at Logan Greenier. I'd say a 5-yard run just about anywhere that that you're going to send him is a good shot. So we'll see. Dureski again split out wide to the right. That's going to be a low snap, and that's one of the issues that the Snowbirds have been working really hard to clean up is just some of those issues right from the snap. So Luca's going to have to get his hands dried off or whatever it takes, and it's going to be Holton now with the ball, 1st and 10 inside their, well, right around the 26-yard line.
Yeah, Luke Urso for Holton there, making sure that Snowbirds couldn't make anything out of that bobbled snap, and well, O'Connell was put in his place.
And it's going to be a direct snap. Not going to get a lot, but about 4 maybe. Maybe 4 on that. It was Luke Urso. Just called his number a little bit for the defense. Made some really nice tackles out there, and they got the big fella out there doing a little bit of running. And it looks like he's actually going to be taking the snap. Might have him in there as quarterback. Saw him in warm-ups a little bit.
3 different players under center so far for the Red Devils.
Yeah, for sure. And it's going to be another run play. And he is just going to bowl his way. It looks a little bit like Logan Greenier on that one. And see if it was enough for the 1st down. Maybe just a little short. We'll see.
Well, Greenier and Urso are
they're going to move the chains.
Very evenly matched players on this field. Fun to see him kind of go back and forth and drag the opposing teams with him, quite literally.
He's yeah, that's a lot to carry. And so now we've got another guy taking the snap. That's Addison. And he's going to find a little bit of a hole there. He slipped as he was about to get hit. It looked like George Mertz was coming in there, and he was lining him up.
We're going to have a Holton timeout here, Tom.
So, yeah, 2nd and about 6 or so. Holton trying to get that ball moving, trying a little something different here.
And again, they've had some good plays, good possessions so far in this game. Just have those little slip-ups here and there. St. Mary's able to capitalize on it and have only let the Red Devils into their territory once so far this game.
So coming up under a minute to go in the half, just want to remind you to stick around. We've got the Professional Seamless Gutters halftime show coming up. Don't want to miss out on that. Also want to give a shout out to David Crowell. Thanks for listening or watching. He's tuning in from Twin Lake, Michigan.
Oh, all right.
Appreciate you, David.
Appreciate you and everybody tuning in.
All right, here we go. Back in action here. Not a lot of time. It's going to be Addison set to take the snap. Another designed run, and he's going to go up the middle, and he's not going to find a whole lot of room. Probably give him forward progress. Good for a couple of yards there as he gets across the 40-yard line.
Give him about a yard and a half after all that mess. 16 players pushing against each other right there in that pile.
And it's going to be another direct snap, and it's the big fella again. As he takes it down, going to be short of the 1st. That's Luke Urso, rather. About a yard short of that 1st down. 22 seconds are on the clock here.
Gets up near the 45.
The Red Devils take their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
I mean, you don't have a whole lot of time. You don't have any timeouts left. I feel like you just kind of chuck it. And I will tell you, looking at pregame warm-ups, McMillan, he can put some air under that ball. I don't know if he can put 55 or 60 yards worth of air under that ball and get it into the basket, so to speak.
Well, we'll have to see. St. Mary is obviously preparing for a big pass play. They do have 22 seconds to work with, so they have, well, it is fourth down. That's right. So fourth and about a yard and a half here. So it's do or die time in the half here for Holton Red Devils.
So they're going to drop O'Connell back a little deeper in that secondary, anticipating the pass play. They try to go short, and it's going to fall incomplete, and that's going to leave 18 seconds. And pretty sure that Coach Kevin O'Connell's team is just going to take a knee and let this one ride out and regroup a little bit and get things ready for the second half.
Yeah, a little misthrow there from Holton. Went about 3 yards in the feet of David Addison, found some pressure there. Had to get rid of it.
Here's one. We got to say a big shout out to Chad DeWeird. If I said that wrong, I apologize. Watching from his tree stand in Baldwin, Michigan.
I mean, honestly, I would be too. Perfect day for that.
O'Connell is going to take that one and fall forward for about a yard or two as the clock.
One on the play.
And no, they're going to go ahead and call the timeout.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, yeah.
This looks like an Indiana move right here. You know, no mercy down there in Bloomfield.
Old Kurt Signetti really wants to lay it on you.
I'll tell you what, this could be the end for Michigan State.
No doubt about it. Jonathan Smith here, if he doesn't win this game and against Michigan next week, I'd be safe to bet he's going to be gone within the next 2 weeks.
At least a good showing today. Indiana is a legitimate team.
Yeah, no doubt.
Last year, kind of a powder puff schedule. This year, they've played some good teams and acquitted themselves well and remained undefeated. O'Connell's going to drop back. He's looking to his left. He's got a man open. He hits him, and that's Switalski. Gets it out of bounds with 8 seconds left, and they are in striking distance. That was a beautiful play and a really good job by Eli to kind of just get that ball in and get himself out of bounds. There was a little bit of room, and you have a tendency to turn it upfield when you get that close, but smartly sets it up for a follow-up play.
You know, Coach O'Connell had a good last possession here as the team worked down to about where they are now. I don't think he was too happy about that bobbled snap earlier, so they're really trying to go for it.
He's going to find Switalski coming back underneath as he cuts it across. And he's going to move the chains. 2 seconds left, and the Snowbirds call their final timeout. They are not messing around.
O'Connell says, oh, no, you're not getting out of this half that easily, boys. You still had 18 seconds to play with. We're not done until there's 4 zeros on the clock.
Interesting. Okay.
2 seconds to go and about 11 yards to get to the end zone.
Not taking anything for granted. I love it. This is the kind of mentality they're going to need next week.
That's right. It's probably why they're doing this, really trying to play everything they can in preparation, using this as a good practice rep.
So we've got 4 wide receivers. Take note, Charlie Cameron split out to the right. And he looks Cameron's ways. He gets turned around, and he's got it. The big fella with the touchdown grab. You gotta love it.
Grabbed it right out of his defender's hands. He was right there, was able to swipe it out and haul it in. Got that, 6 points. He deserved all of it.
All 2 seconds to get that play done. And, you know, they've been looking for Charlie Cameron for a while in that passing game, and they finally got it. So there's your highlight reel, Charlie. Good job.
You could tell this crowd was excited. You could see it literally on the camera as it shook around. The whole crowd was on their feet.
A little bit of misdirection. And there's the 2-point conversion. Just a gorgeous play there, too, as it was a pitch to Mertz. And then Mertz finds Logan Greenier in the end zone.
And that is how you go out of the half with a statement right there. 18-second march down the field, get a touchdown, and you have the ball back to begin.
And you know the O coordinator's got to be feeling pretty good. That was just a really nice series that he called and well executed by the boys there. And well, we'll talk about this first half when we get back. It's the Professional Seamless Gutters halftime show coming up next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field, and welcome to the Professional Seamless Gutters halftime show. You know, Orion Beningo is there for you when you need them most, and this is what you need. You need to make sure your gutters are ready for winter. Make sure they're cleaned out. Make sure they're in good repair. He's going to take care of you. Professional Seamless Gutters, this is what they do. Fast, experienced service, real-time quotes. But wait, the most important part, they're there to answer the phone when you call them. So give them a call. Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-3407. And let them know Next Level Broadcasting sent you. And we'll get into this in some detail in just a bit. But looking at the chat window here on our coverage, Next Level Broadcasting send a note to us, Next Level Broadcasting, saying, hey, don't forget, keep it tuned in to us all afternoon because we have got a huge game happening this afternoon over in Traverse City. So we'll tell you a little bit about that coming up. And in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about this game.
Sure.
It was a tune-up match coming off a really heartbreaking loss against Breckenridge last week. And what are your How do you feel about the St. Mary team so far?
Well, for being my first game I've been a part of so far this season, I've had the pleasure of watching them a couple times the last few years, and this is exactly what I expected St. Mary product to look like out there on the field. The initial play of this game was a 70-plus yard, actually about a 65-yard touchdown run right out the gates in the first 15 seconds of this one. They only allowed Holton Lake to get into St. Mary territory once, and that was on their opening drive. Otherwise, they've kept them short of the 45-yard line of their own each of the last few drives. St. Mary has been just pummeling them with the run so far between Logan Greenier and, of course, Nathan O'Connell, just pounding up through the center, finding the edges a little bit, but it's mostly been that center run game until we saw a couple of good pass plays here to get that touchdown. With only 18 seconds to go on the clock when they started that drive, it was right about midfield, took it all the way down, got 8 points on the board here. Holton will have the ball to begin the second half, Tom, but if St. Mary's keeps going like this, they shouldn't have any trouble taking care of that Holton offensive effort, especially their run. They just haven't been able to get much production since that opening drive.
Well, we did see a little bit of a wrinkle there late in the second quarter, as we saw some different folks taking the snap for some direct snap run plays. Luke Urso was one of those folks, as well as David Addison. Both of those guys able to get some yardage on the ground, some punishing yards too, and that's an interesting wrinkle. We'll see how that dynamic shifts as we get into that second half.
And that's a good point. You know, I've never seen 4, maybe 5 different players go under center in a game before, so it's kind of tough to game plan for that when you're St. Mary, when you have 4 different skill sets trying to work this one up the field. So, hey, you know, if that works for Holton, good, and hopefully we'll see that more from them. Some good creativity. Again, the more St. Mary's gets to see creatively, that'll only set them up better, and that's why they did this last touchdown play here to get another practice rep in before Inland Lakes next week, which is obviously the prize of the season.
Absolutely right. That's the monkey they got to get off their back. That conference championship has eluded a couple of really good St. Mary teams in the last couple of years, and well, this is the year they hope to break that up. They've got a young team here, but you're starting to see, you know, that maturity and that development, and really good to see them bounce back. Easy to kind of let a loss like the one last week sort of set you back, but it looks like they're back and even better than they were a week ago. So love to see that. And we're going to take a look. There's a whole lot of sports going on in the region. We're going to get you up to speed on all that when the Professional Seamless Gutters halftime show continues on Next Level Broadcasting.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think professional seamless gutters.
Welcome back to the Professional Seamless Gutters halftime show. Tom Clemenson here with you, along with Shane Smith and Zach, the man behind the curtain.
That's
Our
right.
engineer for today's game and every game here at St. Mary. Zach Kennedy taking care of business. Hey, we've got a lot of sports going on around the region, and I know I'm talking with Zach, super excited. So the Detroit Red Wings been the dead things the last several years. People calling for Steve Yzerman's head on a pike. I've been part of that crazy mob from time to time. Well, they had a game again down the road. Started going in there 3-1, hosting Tampa at Little Caesars Arena, and managed to pull it off even without their leading one of their leading scorers. Lucas Raymond was out, still listed day-to-day with an upper body injury. They managed to 1-0 on one of the rookies, as a matter of fact. It was Pelika with the first goal of the game, and they carried that 1-goal lead all the way through to the third period before Tampa was able to tie it up and force overtime. However, Dylan Larkin on a breakaway made a nice move, a double deke, and was able to go 5-hole and get the game winner. So also worth noting, John Gibson, their free agent acquisition in goal, was able to stop 31 of 32 shots, and they'll be back in action tomorrow, 3 p.m., hosting the Edmonton Oilers at LCA. Looking forward to that. We've got one college game of note underway. You can go ahead and plug your ears now, Shane, if you like.
I will.
Michigan Wolverines hosting Washington at the Big House. Michigan right now with 10:31 to go in the half. They're up 7-0. First and 10 on their own 7 as they look to try and add some points here before the half is closed out. Michigan State 3-3, looking for answers in all the wrong places today. They're down in Bloomington, Indiana, and we just talked about Signetti. He is a little bit of a psycho. You can expect no mercy, no quarter given down there, and this is one of those games where, I mean, Shane, you're a Spartan fan. I'm a passive Spartan fan, except for next week. So all I can say is this the end? If they don't show up to play, is this the end?
It's either going to be... It's tough, because do you want to get rid of them before the big rivalry game with Michigan? I don't know the answer to that. But if they don't give any sort of effort here and keep it close for at least the majority of the game, the fans, the sponsors, the donors are all going to revolt here, and they're going to want Smith out. This is too proud of a program. Michigan State, top 20 revenue earner in college sports in general. It's too big, too notable of a program to be digging around in the bottom of the garbage can all the time here, trying to dig out a couple wins here and there, get 3-4 wins a season. If Smith can't show any sort of momentum here in the next 2 games, he will be out. But the flip side of that coin is, if he does show momentum, that's going to put everybody in a tough spot. Do you want to keep him around and middle around a 5-6 win team, even though he did beat like our biggest rival, Michigan? That's going to be a tough question, but I think these next 2 weeks are going to say a lot about what this Michigan State program wants to be going forward.
Well, and we've seen already in the college football landscape, teams not afraid to spend the money to make coaching changes.
Right.
We saw Penn State just paid out a $45 million buyout to get rid of James Franklin, and frankly, that one's been coming along for a bit. The Penn State, despite the record, they just haven't been able to win any big games with him. Whether or not he's the issue, we'll find out, but Michigan State, they'd be looking at a $31.5 million buyout if they let him go before the end of that contract. They do. Now, but again, like you said, an upset win could be what they need to turn things around. That game's going to kick off on Peacock at 3:30. Other action underway right now. Central Michigan at Bowling Green. They're up 14-3. Eastern Michigan on the road in Oxford, Ohio against Miami of Ohio. That one's also in progress. The Broncos, Western Michigan, are off. Lions looking for a bounce back after a weird unraveling game in Kansas City last week. They're going to host Tampa Bay Monday night, and that matchup going to be without leading safety Brian Branch, serving a one-game suspension for his role in a little bit of a post-game fracas last Sunday. Decker, Reeder, Joseph, all questionable. Lee McNeil apparently going to see his first action of the 2025 campaign. He started the season on IR. The 5-1 Bucks, they're a little bit banged up on offense. They've got three key receivers that are out. Mike Evans, Emeka Egbuka, and Chris Godwin all likely out, as well as their leading rusher, Bucky Irving, sidelined with a shoulder injury. So a win there, and the Lions going to extend the NFL's longest streak without a team having consecutive losses week to week. Interestingly enough, that goes back to a really important day in this recent Lion history, 2022, October. That's right, miraculous turnaround. They started 1-6, and you recall Sheila Ford Hamp had the press conference, said she was standing behind her boys, and they turned it around, and well, it's been a lot of winning ever since then. So we're looking to see them continue that track. But again, the Buccaneers known for their defense and a defensive-minded head coach. They're going to be tough. And good news for Pistons fans. Detroit kicking off their 25-26 campaign Wednesday at Chicago, 8 p.m. tip-off. Home opener going to be next Sunday when the Celtics come to Little Caesars Arena. It's a 3:30 start time. And, you know, we've got one of our own next-level broadcasting guys, apparently a season ticket holder, Crazy Christian, going to be down there, start leading the riots if there are any down there. Can you imagine?
He would be the one to do that too. He's a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah, so you can catch those games on FanDuel Sports, and of course that's going to do it for our Professional Seamless Gutters halftime show. Second half coming up next. You're watching St. Mary Football, Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Hi, welcome back. Next Level Broadcasting coverage of St. Mary's and Holton here, and it's St. Mary dominating all the way so far, 28-0. And the last score, there was a big grab, a snatch and grab by Charlie Cameron to get that final touchdown, and a little trickeration there, and a pass to Logan Greenier from Mertz. It was good for the extra point. So that's how we get to our 28. Lucas Greenier getting ready to kick things off. Of course, Holton won the toss and deferred, so we'll be booting that one off to them here to start the second half.
Second half will begin with the Snowbirds kicking.
Well, this will be a big statement here for St. Mary. They can stop Holton right away and then go down and score their own. That'll begin the running clock here, as the 35 point is the marker to get in the second half in order to have a running clock. So St. Mary looking to do that and get on out of here with a statement win. But we'll do a little.
And that one is going to be just short of the required 10 yards. They were looking at an onside kick. It's just not quite enough. So they'll down that just across the 50-yard line.
My gosh, we were talking about O'Connell not giving Holton any room to breathe, just like Signetti. So we're going to go with an onside kick up 28-0 to begin the half. How about that?
I'm telling you, I don't know, something in the water here. So
some of that holy water is really striking the players today.
Something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the Signetti influence. If you read the Detroit News, you'll see a great article by Wojo about how it's Signetti's fault that all these coaches are getting fired. As Holton tries to go up the middle there, it's Addison not finding any room.
Well, if someone like Signetti can turn kind of a bottom feeder like Michigan State is right now, Indiana, into what looks to be a perennial powerhouse, then I wouldn't blame any of these schools for getting rid of some of their middling coaches.
I mean, unfortunately, in the age of NIL, there's nothing perennial guaranteed anymore. The days of the dynasties are over. Second and long here for Holton. Going to drop back short pass, and O'Connell does a good job to get his hand on it. And there's a flag in the backfield. It's going to be a hold call, likely against Riley Rull. So a couple of good plays there for the Snowbirds.
Holding on the Red Devils.
We got David Wall checking in. The senior, couple of games back now from a leg injury going back to last year.
Red Devil 41.
And he's another one you'll see David getting into that. He'll get into that backfield and cause some problems. Super nice kid until he's on the field.
That's exactly the type of person you want.
Yeah.
Gentleman outside the field, a menace on the field.
They're going to be an obvious passing play. Here comes Charlie Cameron, and there's David Wall as well. There's going to be a flag. That's likely going to be a hit out of bounds situation. It looked like O'Connell was in there. Wall was in there. Charlie Cameron was in there too. He was in pursuit. Not sure who they're going to hit with that, but that's most likely going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Holton getting bailed out here. Had that holding call to bring him back, and this is just what the doctor ordered to try and get back working their way towards St. Mary territory.
Yeah, that'll bring up a 2nd and 4, most likely. Now they're going to give that to, looked like they signaled that was against Cameron. And they're going to go ahead and march that one off. So they'll give Cameron the penalty there.
Personal foul on the Snowbirds. Will march the Red Devils.
So 3rd and 4 here for the Holton Red Devils.
One of the biggest plays for Holton so far this game is a 15-yard penalty from the Snowbirds.
And that's one of those plays, too, that Coach Kevin O'Connell talked to the team about this week in practice. Those selfish plays, you got to keep focused. You can't afford to have those kinds of mistakes. And well, Charlie knows better. He's another one of those guys, though, too. It's funny. You see him on the field, and he is a menace. And you talk to him, he's just the nicest kid, man.
Like, how do you have such a dual personality?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a little bit of a jokester, too, so good kid to have on the team. Balled out, and it looks like St. Mary may have at least a hand on it. That's David Wall in there. Got an arm in there, but it looks like Holton is able to hang on to it. Addison was one of the two that fell on it, and David Wall just kind of not in a great position. He was on his back, and he had one arm on the ball and was able to get it wrestled away from him.
You know, Tom, there is 100 yards in this football field, and that particular play happened in the one yard that the peak of this tent blocks, and you can't see exactly what was going on there.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, it's a loss on the play anyway, a loss of 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 now. McMillan McMillan not in. They're going to try that edge run there with Burgess.
Hey, that's
good to see him out there running.
Yeah. He couldn't put any weight on the knee earlier on here, about midway through the second quarter. Gave him a good wrap-up, and hopefully he'll be good for the rest of this game.
Yeah, seems to have pretty good stability on that leg. It's going to be 4th and 9.
Go time here for Holton.
Yeah, so not able to really capitalize on that penalty so far. Got to make something happen here. And it's a passing down. He's going to go over the middle, and there's Addison again. Nice catch, but not going to get enough yardage. Needed about 3 more to get the first down converted. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. And here comes your St. Mary offense. They were finishing the half like gangbusters. We'll see if they're able to get her going again here to start the second half, their first possession.
Here come the Birds. Holton chewed up only about 2 minutes there out of the beginning of the third quarter.
A little bit of a pitch. Got in front of Dureski, or rather behind him. Just off a bit.
Connell's forward pass incomplete to Dureski.
Dureski, he must be about 5'5", 5'6", just the perfect guy to squirt through some little holes here and there.
Well, and that's it. If he can get ahead of steam, that senior can he can break a play open. We've seen him do it in the running game. We've seen him do it in the passing game as well.
Seeing him stand next to O'Connell and Cameron, Greenier. It's quite the sight.
And it's going to be an O'Connell keeper. He finds some room there up the middle, just off that right side of the center, and pushes it down closer to midfield. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Bringing him down. 3rd and 6.
So maybe 3rd and about 6 here for the Snowbirds. They've been slow to get going on some of these downs so far, barring that last possession where they beat down the field in 18 seconds. They've been a little monotonous here on the run game.
Look for Greenier on this one, and it's going to be him up the middle. And here he goes. He's got nothing but wide open space. Plenty of speed if he can get that angle, and they're going to take him down from behind. A touchdown-saving tackle by Burgess again. Jacob Burgess doing a good job catching up to the big fella, and he's going to tackle him just maybe a half a yard from the goal line. Really good effort by Burgess, and man, what a beautiful run by Greenier to just weave his way through that massive humanity to get to the open space in that second level. And, well, that's all he needed was just a little bit of room. And it's going to be O'Connell now. He's looking for that pitch out, but he'll keep it and dive in for the touchdown. So the Snowbirds capitalize and bring that score up to 34-0.
You know, Tom, I'm going to take credit for that one. All I had to do was say the Snowbirds have been a little slow on the running game as of late. And what do? They bust this one wide open.
Yep, that's exactly right. Logan Greenier has been that guy for him today, as he has been in other games. But especially today, he's definitely opened that running game up for O'Connell as well. And this is going to be a pitch out to Greenier. He lowers his shoulder and decides to level a hit there on his way in for the 2-point conversion. So your score, 36-0, 9:08 to go here in the third quarter. We'll step aside and pay some bills. Back with more on Next Level Broadcasting.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And we're back, 36-0 your score here from St. Mary Family Field. The Snowbirds having their way here with Holton, and we're on the running clock now, or should be, as Lucas Greenier tees this one up and gets ready to boot it away. See if they try another onside. Might as well get the rep in.
Yeah, no kidding.
You got a big game next week where you're going to need it. He's going to kick this one toward the sideline, and it's going to land out of bounds. And notice McMillan there for Holton is he was in there on that play, but he definitely, you can tell, there's just a little something off in his gait there as he's going to go ahead and jog off the field. Not a good thing for Holton. He's a talented senior.
Yeah, one of their 4 or 5 different quarterbacks. You can't lose one of them.
Well, to be fair, those were designed run plays.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, crazy person. That's what you get when you pull your talent in from Charlevoix. All right, what do we got here? 9:08. Yeah, I know, it's getting personal. 4 wide receivers now, man in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper as he goes up the middle, finds some room. It's going to be O'Connell, catches him, drives him back, not before he gets about 6 or 7 on the carry.
I try to bring a little bit of humor in this broadcast from the Charlevoix side. That's what I get from Tom Clemenson. Okay.
That's right. It's Clemenson, by the way. Just short of the 50-yard line. 47-yard line. I know, there's no rest for you, Shane.
You mean to tell me
you've been saying it wrong all year. That's right.
You waited to now to tell me?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
On the live broadcast.
Wow.
Good job.
Real
That's what
pal
you get for
you are.
listening to Charles.
Yeah, no kidding.
2nd and 3 here, 8:26 on the clock, running clock, and there's Addison going to take it round the edge, and he's got room and he's got some speed, but Jacobson wraps him up and hauls him down. Addison was on his way to the races before a good angle taken by Jacobson to make that touchdown-saving tackle. I don't know if Nathan O'Connell was going to be able to catch him. He didn't really had not a terrible angle, but I just don't know that he had the speed to make that play. Really nicely done by Jacobson from the secondary.
All right, so Holton's not out of this one yet. They're still plodding along, still giving St. Mary something to chew on here, apparently.
They're going to bring another man. It's Addison again. Quarterback keeper, though, this time. They're not buying the ball fake. No. Not at all. That was a really nice play, stepping up to make that tackle.
Stopped there by Trent Johnson.
So Trent Johnson, haven't heard his name yet tonight, and that's the thing is we're going to see some of those second, third string guys get some good reps in here for the second half. Let the first string guys get some good rest, get some time watching the field, and get ready for that Inland Lakes game coming up next week. 6 days from today.
Shout out to Eric Huffman, one of our own, heading out to Traverse City for the St. Francis game.
Uh-oh. Eric Huffman's on one.
Yeah,
now.
Eric says he's got your back, but, you know, from a Harbor alum, I don't know if that's saying a whole lot, though.
Well,
so
I'll take a Harbor alum. They know what they're talking about.
Tackle for a loss again. Good coverage by the St. Mary defense.
Those Harbor Springs people know what Charlevoix is all about.
Well, I mean, you know, he's got his roots there now, right? So
that's right.
6:24 here on the running clock. Holton trying to get something going. Addison's going to roll out there. We were looking for the screen, but they're going to go underneath instead. Nice catch. Burgess again making his presence seen and felt on both sides of the ledger. That's going to set him up for a 4th and a little long.
As I zoomed in on him there, you just couldn't tell that he was helped off the field without putting any weight on that knee. Just about 45 minutes ago, he looks great there.
Absolutely. What's interesting is McMillan, number 2 for Holton, is the one who's been limited in play. A little ginger as he's trying to put his weight on it in step 2. Yeah, good pressure by St. Mary as they tackle him for a huge loss. Jacobson and Greenier, Logan type in there.
Turnover on down.
All right, the turnover on down. St. Mary going to keep the foot on the gas if O'Connell has anything to say about it.
So 5:20 on the running clock, and St. Mary looking to add to the damage. Eli Switolski checking into the game. Catch him out there, split wide to the right. He's been known to sneak in underneath when they're not looking. And that's going to set him up for a screen, and he is. He's going to cut back underneath, and he's got some room and blocks as he makes his way out to the right side. He's got one man trying to catch him, and he will catch him with that tomahawk chop to try and take the ball. Great run, but we probably going to see this one come back. There's a flag in the backfield, and it's probably going to be a hold. Switolski did a really nice job cutting underneath, but might have been the result of a hold. We'll see what the official call is. Zach saying might have been a blocking issue. And definitely against St. Mary. So negating a really nice run after catch by Eli Switolski. And that footwork, I can tell you, they put a lot of work into the footwork issue with their backs in the preseason, I guess you could say, the summer and then into the fall preseason. A lot of those agility drills and just pounding home those fundamentals, and you can see that with Eli. You've seen it with Logan Greenier as well, as he's making his way through that chaos there on those run plays.
Well, I guess an Indian River native, we can't say that you're that too much on this broadcast, Tom, but an Indian River native can be right once in a while. It was a holding call.
Sun shines on a dog's behind once in a while. That's right.
Go.
It's going to be a pitch out to Greenier as he tries to take up for some of that lost yardage. He's down the sideline, but he couldn't keep it in bounds as he approached midfield. But he got nearly enough for the first down, so he's able to get 18 on that carry. And set up a 2nd and 2 now for the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds.
4 minutes to go already in the third quarter with that running clock. St. Mary marching their way on down the field, Tom.
And here we go. Greenier again. He's up the middle, and now he's going to cut back to the outside. He sees the pursuit coming, but he's just going to go ahead and tuck that ball, protect it as he takes it down to just about the 20-yard line. We'll call it the 21. That's going to move the chains again. Greenier just having his way out there on the field.
First down, Snowbirds.
Going to need our friends at TVC, Cherry Capital Airport, to fly the chains down. That was such a long run.
It was. It was. Book your tickets now. Fall and winter vacations. They're going fast, and so is Greenier as he takes another one up the middle. Now he's got room, and he's going to roll it into the end zone. Some good blocking up front. You got to give some credit there. A really nice block downfield. Mark Furman in on that action, too, and as a tight end / wideout, you love to see that.
Briefly lost him there in a sea of humanity. I apologize for any Snowbird fans watching. Got it on him, though, in time to see the touchdown.
Charlie Cameron also well downfield there to create some space and make that run possible. Sealed that edge off and gave Greenier that room he needed. And he's going to go ahead. Logan will finish this one up. And there's your 2-point conversion. So 44-0 your score with 3:14 to go. And we'll go ahead and pay a bill or two and be back with more on Next Level Broadcasting.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
All right, welcome back. Lucas Greenier going to tee this one up and kick it off after Logan Greenier gets the touchdown and accounts for the 2-point conversion, bringing your score 44-0. And just want to say a couple of quick shout out here to some of the family members that are watching today's game. Charlie Cameron's got some family in Tawas checking in, and Kim Jacobson now Chiming in with Go Snowbirds, Joe Jacobson. She's in Wisconsin.
All right.
So
Bring
love
back
to
some
see.
cheese curds for us, would ya?
That's right, absolutely. Well, we got a Culver's, and they started down there, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah, there we go. And Nick Wenzel supporting his cousin. That's right.
Nick, yep. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Appreciate it. He's also sticking up for you and Eric, so important to
appreciate
note that.
Tom, you're kind of alone on this one.
I'm used to it. A direct snap again, and it's the big fella there, number 11 Luke Urso on the ball carrier here.
Takes that snap, goes off the left side. Couple yards.
It looks like they're going to intermix some more of that direct snap, that run game that we saw a little bit toward the end of the second quarter. Urso again going to be in the backfield. I'm just waiting to see if one of these guys lets her rip in the air. Appreciate the love, Nick. And that's going to be a high snap. Urso picks it up and tries to make something out of it, but good coverage. Charlie Cameron not going to let him go and able to take it for a huge loss.
Well, Tom, it did get in the air, but not exactly in the way Holton wanted it to.
About the 34-yard line.
So we have third and about Roscommon now.
That's right. Roscommon south, though, Shane. You're looking west right now.
Well, I'm thinking because Holton came from the south, so I'm just thinking the distance between the two schools. That's how I normally do this. It's an old Charlevoix
I need
thing.
to give you some old-fashioned Army land nav lessons. I can teach you that. Hard count gets St. Mary, and that's going to give some 10 yards back to Holton there, and that hard count is just one of those things too. We saw a bunch of that last week, and it was one of those things the boys worked on really hard in practice. Might have had some gassers to run for that, and they'll talk about this on Monday.
Well, I might not have the military training, Tom, but I am an Eagle Scout. I know my way around a map and compass.
And another high snap, and they are just looking.
Oh, my.
Another huge loss. Addison tries to make something out of that. Charlie Cameron there to cover him up on the play. And this is, we're almost to the beaches there on Lake Michigan.
There you go.
44-0, and the clock continuing to run here.
The wheels are off the wagon.
Not a good situation if you're Holton. And the game plan was try and keep it close, and they let that first, rather the second quarter, get away from them a little bit, and now just having a difficult time getting themselves collected. Obvious passing down here. We'll see if they bring the pressure. It's just going to be 3, and it's a long pass. Underthrown and well covered there. This time George Mertz in position to knock that one down, and that's what you want to see.
Batted away by George Mertz.
Wasn't underthrown by much, just a half yard, and Mertz was able to bat it down for extra good measure as we work our way out of the third quarter. Tom, if St. Mary's cares about comparing it all to Inland Lakes, they only have to score one more touchdown. They'd have more points scored against Holton than Inland Lakes did. It was a 48-0 game there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Obviously, these guys have worked out a lot of those kinks in the week of practice. And one of the things we want to point out too is that inner strength and that physical strength that you need to be a good performer out on the field. Something you got to do in the weeks in between. And Powerhouse Gym's one of those spots you want to go. They support all of our St. Mary's student athletes who are tested mentally, physically, even spiritually. And those are the values that they're proud of down there at Powerhouse Gym, supported by helping make this live stream possible. So we appreciate their sponsorship of not only us, but of these fine young athletes and fans here at St. Mary Family Field. And for anybody interested, the Michigan-Washington game is all tied up at 7 with about 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Michigan has it 4th and 1 on their own 34, so likely going to see this one go right to the half.
Can hear the Huskies barking from here, Tom.
Taylor Goreski, Meredith McCarwick, Gia Cadet.
Cheerleading squad getting their due attention there.
And there's Doreski with his first carry of the game. tries to go around the edge and going to get back to about, maybe got about a yard on that one.
Up the middle. Gain of 1 brought down by Nathan Pentoni.
So good, good to see the cheerleaders getting their due out here in the cold and rain and trying to keep the crowd warmed up and doing a great job all year doing it. In particular, like it when they bring the young kids in there and you can see them kind of doing that mentorship, and you love to see that in all of our high school athletics. 2nd and 9 now. It's going to be Dureski again, and he's going to get just slung. That's Landon Rudd.
Met in the backfield by Landon Rudd, continuing that great game for the Red Devils. 3rd and 10.
So lost a yard on that one. In the 4th quarter here. Goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire. Oh, that's right. You haven't seen that movie. Never mind. You're not a Tom Cruise fan.
What are you talking about?
I thought it was you who's never seen Top Gun.
I've seen Top Gun. Good grief. I was in junior high when that movie came out. Everybody saw that. I saw it at the Kingston Theater in Sheboygan. Low snap as O'Connell tries to pick it up and make something out of it. Well covered by Holton, and that's going to be a loss of about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and long, rather.
I apologize for the slander towards you, Tom.
That's right.
One of our Wingnut Next Level partners has not seen either of the Top Gun movies, and I don't know what they're doing.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the new one. I will say that.
Okay.
But fourth and 15 here. O'Connell looking for a pass over the middle, and there's nobody home. Switolski kind of anticipated that coverage. He was well covered. Addison was on him, and so he was breaking it out. And O'Connell was looking end zone, and Switolski probably smart to break that one to the outside. That was going to be a contested ball. Not to say he wouldn't have got it, but would have been a dangerous play. Instead, it goes incomplete and a turnover on downs. So Holton trying to get something going here to get on the board. And they're going to start this one from about the 27-yard line.
Pretty much where they left off on the last drive after the turnover on downs. 9 minutes left in the game.
Lots of passing downs here, you know, when you're trailing 44. I think at this point you just want to be methodical and work with what you got. Beautiful catch by Addison. Able to get underneath and cradle that. He was the only one that was going to catch that ball. And they're going to say that was incomplete. No, the other officials coming in and saying he got it. And I can tell you from my vantage point, he made a really nice catch. All right, welcome back. Sorry about that, a little technical difficulty there. Zach all over it and got us back on the air. We appreciate that. And so it was a turnover on downs for Holton, and St. Mary with a couple of incomplete passes, and now underneath to Switolski is going to be enough to get that first down and keep things moving as we're down to about 3 minutes and change here in the ball game. St. Mary with the, again, maintained that 44-0 lead as they continue moving the ball.
From the 20.
O'Connell happy to just keep this one marching right down the field. Still keeping their full playbook open here and getting some good reps again for next week.
Dureski going to check back into the game.
O'Connell with the marching
and
orders.
He's going to check back out of the game.
All right. Got some good laughs from the crowd on that one.
For sure. Keep an eye on Switolski. You can see him. He's kind of, well, they're going to go ahead and go victory formation. All right.
Wow.
There we go. So I think the coaches have seen enough. And I feel like they've probably put enough film on there, and they don't need to add anything more to the recon that is sure to be happening just north
Just
off
north
of
of us.
exit 310.
Yeah.
Maybe not so important. One probably is. We have
Gosh, what a game that'll be next week.
Yes, unfortunately, I'll be watching from home. Well, not my home, but I'll be watching it from a home.
The nursing home, right, Tom?
Well, sort of, yeah. Got to go and some family business down in South Carolina. Mom's having some work done, and so, yeah, I'll be down there to help take care of her and tell some jokes and keep her on her toes. So kind of like I poke you. That's exactly what she's going to get down there as she's in recovery.
Well, that's good, and I'm glad she is. That's a open mouth insert foot moment. I was saying the nursing home for you.
Yeah, well, that day is coming, so I'll be sure to let you know when they get ready to do that.
I'll come visit every now and then.
Yeah, there you go. Throw popcorn at me.
That's right.
And we're going to go ahead and get another kneel down here, victory formation for the Snowbirds. A really well executed game. Couple of things though, definitely on the tape that Coach O'Connell's going to be able to use next week in practice to help get these guys tuned up a little bit more for that conference championship game that's coming up.
No doubt.
And they'll go ahead and let this one wind down and take a couple more kneels, and off we go. Some really good football today.
Yeah, I mean, firing on all cylinders. The biggest problem I can think of St. Mary had was that low snap earlier that turned, I believe, into a turnover on downs, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, pretty much firing on all cylinders. A couple miscues on some overthrown passes, but those can be remedied. And this team is well on their way to the conference championship.
And that's probably going to do it as the turnover on downs happens. Holton's going to go ahead and march off the field, and that is going to be your final score as we watch it tick down to zeros here at St. Mary Family Field. Your final score, 44-0. St. Mary the winner. And we'll go ahead and step aside and come back. We've got your post-game show coming up. Yes, it's the Gaylord Eye Center post-game show. We'll also announce the Rafi Sabachi Player of the Game. That's next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Rafi's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across Northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
All right, welcome back. It is the Gaylord Eye Care Center post-game show. Happy to be here with you. It's a 44-0 final score, the win. And, of course, if you're in the area, the JV is going to be up next in this doubleheader. We won't be broadcasting that. However, we do need to take a little bit of time and thank all of our sponsors and give you a little post-game wrap here and some of the things that we saw. And listen, if you had any trouble seeing the game on the Next Level feed or if you were here in the stands, Gaylord Eye Care Center's got you covered. If your eyes are playing tricks on you or maybe you think the official needs to get checked out, well, go see him for a free consultation at the Gaylord Eye Center. 4 locations, Gaylord, Boyne City, Sheboygan, Bel Air. You can get back in the game with the Gaylord Eye Care Center, a local vision source provider. They'll keep you on top of your game this fall. They might even be able to help you, Shane. We'll see how that goes.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm beyond that point, but we'll see.
We'll see. Hey, so, you know, you pointed it out numerous times, the big game that a lot of us have been thinking about since, going back to August is Inland Lakes, and the week is finally here. This was kind of the last tune-up. Any thoughts there as you expect the Snowbirds to go in there and face a pretty dominant Inland Lakes Bulldog team?
Well, this is going to be a game where they can't have any little mishap. One little mishap could be the difference of the game. I mean, these teams will probably go wire to wire, and there'll be a difference of 1 score. So that low snap that we saw earlier, something that they'll have to take care of. There was a holding call or 2 they had against them, backed them up 10 yards. That could certainly wipe out any forward momentum and punt the ball right back over to Inland Lake if they can't make up that momentum. And I know Inland Lake's going to have a much stronger defense than what we saw here today. And Holton was even able to handle St. Mary and make them turn over on downs a couple times this game. So we'll have to see. The biggest thing is, like I said, no small mistakes are going to be allowed next week. It's going to have to be a near-perfect game for both teams, but especially for St. Mary if they want to get this win, which they have not gotten against their Bulldogs from the north here in the last couple of years.
No, and you can expect no quarter from Inland Lakes as they've just been feasting on everybody that's been on their schedule, and you know they're kind of chomping their bit here to get a piece of Gaylord St. Mary. Of course, St. Mary's gotten a lot of publicity, being that Gaylord's a larger community and whatnot. We've seen a lot of coverage in the Petoskey newspapers and whatnot. Not a lot of discussion about Inland Lakes, even as you look across the MHSAA, and a lot of the pundits really not focused on them, and you know that's going to be a chip on their shoulder. And it doesn't take much down or up that way. So,
boy, you know that, don't you, Tom?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They're going to be salty, and they're going to come in here on Gaylord's field, and you know they're going to give them a good game. And I expect one of those things that we've had trouble with here at St. Mary is, you know, that offsides issue. You can expect Inland Lakes is going to exploit absolutely every perceived weakness, to include hard counts and changing up the tempo of those counts to try and get that free yardage, and why not?
In order to get the media attention that they want, that's exactly what they're going to have to do. And that just goes to show St. Mary, on the whole, is scheduled tougher non-conference opponents than Inland Lakes has. And so that's gone to St. Mary's credit to get all that attention, to be able to become such a well-rounded and strong team they have. Even though they're in Division II and 8-man football, and Inland Lakes is Division I, St. Mary has definitely played a much stronger schedule.
So looking at our player of the game, it's a toss-up. There's been a lot of good play out there. I would be happy with Logan Grenier on that one, but I'm feeling Charlie Cameron today because, you know, key in a lot of those defensive plays, those big defensive plays, relentless pursuit, and the big fellow was able to grab one in the end zone.
Yeah, he was.
How about that, right?
That looks great to me.
So our Rafi's Hibachi player of the game will be Charlie Cameron today. If you're looking to celebrate a big win or maybe a special anniversary, make your plans at Rafi's. It's your destination with something on the menu for everybody. Proud to sponsor the player of the game today, of course, Charlie Cameron, and the player of the game every week. And Charlie's going to get himself a gift certificate to Rafi's. And bon appetit, big fella. And also, if you're looking to get that winter vacation scheduled, don't forget to check in with TVC Cherry Capital Airport. Those seats are filling up fast. If you want to get some sun time, some beach time, well, I don't know if it's even warm enough for the beach in Florida. They're wearing parkas. I'm usually in shorts and a T-shirt, you know, in the winter down there.
Yeah.
But head on down to Florida, or maybe some golf out there in Arizona. Don't miss out. They've got 7 airlines serving all your needs, 20 nonstop destinations, including Avalo Airlines and Sun Country. Seats filling up fast. You can check out tvcairport.com for up-to-the-minute flight details. That's going to do it for us here. Inland Lakes is next on the docket. You'll be here next Friday night on Next Level Broadcasting to catch all the action. And don't forget, at 3:45, we've got a big one on Next Level Broadcasting. Jackson Lumen Christie coming up north to take on Traverse City St. Francis. This is going to be a big-time measuring stick game for St. Francis, taking on the former state champs. And, well, we'll see if maybe Traverse City St. Francis has got the moxie to get it done and get themselves deep in a playoff run here. You can catch that again on Next Level Broadcasting. And then just in case anybody was wondering on that Michigan game, they're at the still in halftime 7-7. And so good luck and go blue. And go blue next week. I won't be here, but
for the record, I wasn't wondering about that game, Tom.
I was wondering about that game, and I know at least the AD was probably wondering about that game as well. So for all of us here, Zach Kennedy, Shane Smith, and I'm Tom Clemenson. Appreciate you all watching, and we'll see you next time.